The President of India, as advised by Prime Minister, has directed the allocation of portfolios among these members of the Union Council of Ministers. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi.
He is Prime Minister and also in charge of Ministry of Personnel, Public Governance and Pensions, Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Space, all important policy issues and other portfolios not allocated to any minister.
Shri Rajnath Singh. He is Minister of Defense. Shri Amit Shah. He became Minister of Home Affairs and Minister of Cooperation. Shri Nitin Jaram Gadkari. He is Minister of Road Transfer and Highways. Shri Jagat Prakash Nadda, Minister of Health and Family Welfare and Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and Minister of Rural Development. Nirmala Satharaman, Minister of Finance and Minister of Corporate Affairs. Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs. Shri Manohar Lal, he is Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs and Minister of Power. Shri H.D. Kumaraswamy, Minister of Heavy Industries and Minister of Steel. Shri Piyush Goyal, Minister of Commerce and Industry. Shri Dharma Pradhan, Minister of Education. Shri Jitan Ram Manchi, Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Shri Rajiv Ranjan Singh alias Lalan Singh. He has become Minister of Panchayati Raj and Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Shri Sarbanada Sonowal, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Dr. Virendra Kumar, Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shri Kinjarapu Romohan Naidu, Minister of Civil Aviation. Shri Pralhad Joshi, Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Minister of New and Renewable Energy. Shri Juwal Oram, Minister of Tribal Affairs. Shri Giriraj Singh, he has become Minister of Textiles. Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Minister of Railways, Minister of Information and Broadcasting and Minister of Electronics and Information Technology. Shri Jyoti Raditya M. Scindia, Minister of Communication and Minister of Development of Northeastern Region. Shri Bhupender Yadav, he has become Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Minister of Culture and Minister of Tourism. Anpura Devi, she has become Minister of Women and Child Development. Shri Kiran Rijiju, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Minister of Minority Affairs. Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, he has become Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Dr. Mansak Madhavya, Minister of Labor and Employment and Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports. Shri G. Kishan Reddy, Minister of Coal and Minister of Mines. Shri Chirag Paswan. He has become Minister of Food Processing Industries. Shri C.R. Patel. Minister of Jal Shakti. Ministries of State Independent Charge. Rao Inderjit Singh. Rao Inderjit Singh. Minister of State Independent Charge of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Minister of State Independent Charge of the Ministry of Planning and Minister of State in the Ministry of Culture. Dr. Jitendra Singh, Minister of State Independent Charge of the Ministry of Science and Technology, Minister of State Independent Charge of the Ministry of Earth Science, Minister of State in the Prime Minister's Office, Minister of the State in the Ministry of Personnel, Public Governance and Pensions, Minister of State in the Development of Atomic Energy, and Minister of State in the Department of Space. Shri Arjun Ram Meghwal, Minister of State Independent Charge of the Ministry of Law and Justice and Minister of State in the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Shri Jadav Prataparao Ganpat Rao, Minister of State Independent Charge of Ministry of Ayush and Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Shri Jayant Chaudhary, Minister of State Independent Charge of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Minister of State in the Ministry of Education. Ministers of State. Shri Jithin Prasada, Minister of State in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and Minister of State in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Shri Shripad Yasso Naik, Minister of State in the Ministry of Power and Minister of State in the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance. Shri Krishan Pal, Minister of State in the Ministry of Cooperation. Shri Ramdas Athawale, Minister of State in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shri Ramnath Thakur, Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Shri Nityanand Rai, Minister of State in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Anupriya Patel, Minister of State in the Ministry of Health, Family Welfare and Minister of State in the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Shri V. Somanna, Minister of State in the Ministry of Jal Shakti and Minister of State in the Ministry of Railways. Dr. Chandra Shekhar Pamasani, Minister of State in the Ministry of Rural Development and Minister of State in the Ministry of Communication. Professor S.P. Singh Baghel, he has become Minister of State in the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying and Minister of State in the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Sushri Sobha Karandalaje, Minister of State in the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Minister of State in the Ministry of Labor and Employment. Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh, Minister of State in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Minister of State in the Ministry of External Affairs. Shri B. L. Verma, Minister of State in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Minister of State in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shri Shantanu Thakur, Minister of State in the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Shri Suresh Gopi, Minister of State in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism. Dr. L. Marugan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and Minister of State in the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Shri Ajay Tamta, Minister of State in the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Shri Bandi Sanjay Kumar, Minister of State in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Shri Kamlesh Paswan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Rural Development. Shri Bhagirath Chaudhary, Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Shri Satish Chandra Dubey, Minister of State in the Ministry of Coal and Minister of State in the Ministry of Mines. Shri Sanjay Seth, he has become Minister of State in the Ministry of Defense. Shri Ravneet Singh, Minister of State in the Ministry of Food Processing Industries and Minister of State in the Ministry of Railways. Shri Durgadas Uike, Minister of State in the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Raksha Nikhil Khadse, Minister of State in the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Shri Sukanta Majumdar, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education and Minister of State in the Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. Savitri Thakur, Minister of State in the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Shri Tokhan Sahu, Minister of State in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Shri Raj Bhushan Chaudhary, Minister of State in the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Shri Bhupathi Raj Srinivasa Verma, Minister of State in the Ministry of Heavy Industries and Minister of State in the Ministry of Steel. Shri Harsh Malhotra, Minister of State in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Minister of State in the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Nimuban Jayanti Bhai Bambhania, Minister of State in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Shri Marlidhar Mohol, Minister of State in the Ministry of Cooperation and Minister of State in the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Shri George Korean, Minister of State in the Ministry of Minority Affairs and Minister of State in the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Shri Babitra Margherita, Minister of State in the Ministry of External Affairs and Minister of State in the Ministry of Textiles. So these are all the important ministries of India which has recently distributed after the results announced by India. So we hope the best for all of them. If you really find this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe my channel. If you have anything to discuss about this topic, you can comment below. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.